I'll ask you again, can I ask you what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm busy, mate.
Yeah. Can I ask you what you're doing?
I'm piloting an aircraft, mate. You'll have to leave me alone because you're endangering the welfare of an aircraft.
You're filming within a police station. I can't have you doing that.
Why?
Because I can't.
Why not?
So bring it down, or else I just take the device off you. It's up to you.
Oh, well, that's a bit serious, isn't it?
Bring it down now.
I'm bringing it down.
Bring it down now.
Look, I'm waiting for the cars to pass. It's not safe. Whoa, what was that for? What's that for?
At the moment I'm detaining you, potentially, on terrorist offence.
Okay, okay. Am I under arrest?
I've detained you at the moment.
Okay.
What reason are you filming a police station with a drone?
To make a video.
Of what?
The police.
Doing what?
Working.
Elaborate. What do you mean by working?
Just working. Just mulling about. Cars coming and going.
Do you understand that obviously we're on a high risk with the police and people targeting the police?
Not really.
So you don't watch the news? Police officers and police stations get attacked all the time.
When was the last time a police station was attacked? What, just name the last time a police station was attacked.
I'm asking you the questions. You're not asking me any questions.
I know, I'm asking you a question. Whether you answer, that's a different story.
I'm not going to answer.
Well, don't answer then.
News Now is actively flying a drone and is fully focused on controlling the aircraft when the officer repeatedly inserts himself into the situation. Despite being clearly told that interfering could endanger the drone, the officer continues to crowd the pilot and even threatens to grab the controller while the aircraft is still airborne. That is not enforcement, it is dangerous interference. Any officer with basic operational awareness understands that you allow an aircraft to land safely before taking any action. Intervening mid-flight creates risk where none existed. The officer then resorts to a familiar justification, claiming that police officers and stations are frequently attacked. When News Now challenges this and asks for a recent example, the officer avoids answering. The reason is obvious: the claim does not stand up to scrutiny. There has been no recent pattern of attacks on UK police stations that would justify treating a visible, compliant drone operator as an immediate threat.
Who are you?
Terrorism legislation doesn't give you the right to my name.
Who are you?
Terrorism legislation doesn't give you the right to my name.
No, but if you're committing offences and I don't know who you are,
yeah,
then I can arrest you.
What
and
offences
then
have I committed?
we'll work out at the police station.
What offences have I committed? You're twisting the cuff.
I'm not twisting the cuff
You
at
are.
all, I'm just holding it.
What offences have I committed? No.
That's what I'm trying to establish now.
Well, establish that then before you put cuffs on me.
No.
Bloody hell.
I don't know who you are.
I don't know who
and
you
I
are.
can't have you running away.
I don't know who you are.
I'm a police officer, you can clearly see that.
I'm a member of the public, you can clearly see that.
I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are.
If we suspect you committing an offence, we just need to find out who you are.
Yeah, but what offence do you suspect me of committing?
You can't be, it's a restricted area, you can't be flying a drone or... Is you flying a drone?
Yeah.
Of course I can.
No, you see all this, like, so that shafts from the fence, all
Yeah.
so people can't get inside.
Yeah, but you don't own the airspace. Can a plane fly over the top?
That's a little bit different, isn't it?
No, it's not, it's exactly the same.
It is a little bit.
No, it's exactly the same.
authorisation.
I had authorisation yesterday by the Civil Aviation Authority to fly over Ellen Road, and that's exactly what I did.
The argument completely unravels when the officer claims the area is restricted. In the UK, airspace is not controlled by individual officers or local police forces. It is regulated nationally by the Civil Aviation Authority. If a drone flight were genuinely prohibited, that restriction would be formally designated, publicly published, and enforceable under CAA regulations, not invented on the spot because an officer feels uneasy. What this incident actually exposes is a lack of training. Drone use is now widespread, yet these officers demonstrate little understanding of where their authority ends and where the CAA's begins. Instead of relying on established legal frameworks, they substitute confidence and assumption for actual knowledge.
Alright, so
you don't need
so you had to have authority to do it?
Over Ellen Road because of the stadium. You don't need the authorisation here.
So you've not contacted anyone from West Yorkshire Police?
Today?
Yeah.
No. You don't need
It would be an
to.
ideal situation if you were to do that one.
Maybe so, yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
Who are
What's
you?
your YouTube?
What's your name?
PC Calvo 5822.
Awesome, I'll be putting a complaint in about you.
What's your YouTube account?
I can't tell you that, mate. Not while he's here.
I've just told you who I am. I need to establish who you are.
Well, you won't be.
So cuffs have been applied to prevent your disappearance, which is...
Disappearance for what though? But what do you suspect me of doing?
Potentially committing terrorism offences.
Okay. Well, if you suspect me of committing a terrorism offence, then you should arrest me, shouldn't you? Got HNK solicitors on speed dial, don't we know?
Have you got anything on you that may harm me or my colleagues?
No.
Okay.
And nothing that will let you know who I am either, so you'll be wasting your time.
So what you're telling me that if I were to let you go, you're just going to continue filming with the drone?
That was my plan, yeah?
Right, okay.
Maybe I'll go sort my wrists out now at the doctors.
At the doctors?
Yeah, because you're still hurting them.
I'm just holding on to them. I don't want you to use them as a weapon.
I'm not going to use them as a weapon. I'm no threat to you.
At this point, News Now is calm, compliant, and already handcuffed. That should immediately end any justification for force. Instead, the officer continues to manipulate and twist the cuffs unnecessarily. When a person is restrained and cooperative, force serves no legitimate purpose. Policing does not include punishing people through pain. The situation becomes even more troubling when you consider that News Now is already crouched inside the back of a van. There is no risk of escape, no threat, and no safety concern. Continuing hands-on contact at this stage is not about control. It reflects an officer who is unable to disengage once he has decided someone must be dominated.
I don't know who you are,
well,
so I can't check you out.
I'm trying to alleviate your concerns.
Well, you've told me nothing that
well, I've told you that I'm not a threat.
Alleviates my threat.
I'm told you that I'm not a threat. I am allowed to be here. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not committing any offences. I'm trying to alleviate your concern.
At the very least, you're breaching the peace because
breaching the peace.
There's members of the public that potentially could be in danger with what you're doing.
No one even knew I had a drone there.
Doesn't matter.
Until you tried to hit me with your van and then call me a clown.
If there's no aviation breaches, then we're going to go breach of peace because it's going to continue to do it and potentially put members of the public at harm.
I'm not. I've been trained to fly this drone safely.
You haven't told me who you are, so we can't check you out.
The drone being flown is a DJI Mini, a sub-250G aircraft specifically designed to reduce risk. It is small, lightweight, and commonly operated in public areas under normal conditions. There is no crowd reaction, no disorder, and no visible concern from members of the public. The only alleged danger exists in the officer's narrative. What exposes the weakness of that narrative is the constant shifting of justifications. First it is terrorism. Then identification. Then restricted airspace. Then breach of the peace. This is not intelligence-led policing. It is an officer cycling through labels in search of something, anything, that might retroactively justify his actions.
You know, for us to check, like, if you have a license to
yeah.
Is that what you have?
Yeah.
Okay, is your name on that license?
Potentially.
Potentially, right. You see where I'm going with this. We just need to kind of identify that you've got a license to be able to do so and so. It's like I'm driving a car. Have you got a license to drive this car? Yeah, it's here. That's my name, right. So that's your name. I can confirm it by picture your license.
But there's legislation involved in driving cars.
Sorry?
There is in flying drones.
So what is it? There's a legislation.
You tell me you're a member of the aviation authority or
I never said that.
And that you've signed up.
I never said that.
You seem to have more knowledge than me.
I do. That is correct.
Oh, you enlighten us then. You educate us.
I don't want to educate you. I charge for my services.
So have you got an operator ID number?
Yes.
And what is it?
Are we talking about terrorism or are we talking about drones?
We're talking about drones.
We're talking about drones. So why am I still in handcuffs? If you want to uncuff me and we want to have a conversation, there is, you know...
You're still a threat to me because I don't know who you are.
I'm not a threat to you. I'm not a threat to anybody. It's ridiculous, mate. You come up to me, try to hit me with your van, call me a clown and then put cuffs on me, said I was a terrorist. And now you want me to help you out?
I said you were a terrorist.
And educate you.
I said I've detained you.
Under terrorism legislation.
Believing you potentially you could be or committing terrorism
Right, well,
offences.
to use terrorism legislation, you have to reasonably suspect that the person you're dealing with is, in fact, a terrorist.
This is the moment where the case turns. The discussion moves away from terrorism entirely and focuses purely on drone use. News Now immediately locks onto that shift and asks a simple question: are we dealing with terrorism or drones? The officer answers, drones. That answer matters. It removes the only serious legal basis the officer had been relying on to justify continued detention. The situation worsens when the officer adds that he never believed News Now was a terrorist. That is not reassurance, it is an admission. Terrorism powers require reasonable suspicion about the individual. By conceding that he did not suspect News Now of terrorism, the officer admits that the threshold for using those powers was never met.
So you reasonably suspect that I am in fact a terrorist? No. So then take the cuffs off me.
I'm shaking my head in bewilderment.
Well, why? Because you're bewildered that I know so much about the legislation?
No, you've read something and it's not true.
I've read lots of things on legislation.gov.uk.
Well done. Are you going to give us your name?
Do I have to give you my name?
Yeah, because now you're telling us that you've got something with the civil aviation authority,
Yeah.
an ID number, and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
need to establish that.
Yeah.
So who are you?
Well, if you knew the legislation, you'd know where to find the ID number, wouldn't you?
The ID number, you need to tell me your ID number and your name, please.
Under what
So we
law?
can-
Under what law says that I have to do that?
Right, I'm just going to lock him up for breach of peace.
Okay.
Right, you're under arrest on suspicion of breach of the peace.
No
You don't have
problem.
to say anything, but may I need defence if you do not mention one question, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence.
Okay, dokie. So we spoke to H&K solicitors, and they dealt with everything. They literally dealt with everything, guys, and I can't thank them enough for the effort that they put in. £3,500 in compensation, which is absolutely brilliant. And again, a big thank you to H&K solicitors for sorting that out.
The arrest that follows has nothing to do with public order. It is about silencing someone who has just exposed how weak the officer's reasoning has been from the beginning. What happens next confirms it. The case is passed to H&K, and the confidence evaporates. There is no courtroom battle, no defense of the officer's conduct, just a £3,500 payout to make the matter disappear. Police forces do not pay compensation when officers act lawfully. They do it when the evidence, the footage, and the contradictions make defeat inevitable. This entire situation began as a routine drone flight and escalated only because an officer chose irritation over assessment. Each time News Now calmly explained the law, the response was escalation rather than reflection. The justifications kept changing because none of them were strong enough to stand on their own. One bad decision was repeatedly propped up by dragging in new powers. News Now didn't win by shouting or provoking. He won by remaining consistent while the officer's reasoning collapsed in real time. And in the end, that £3,500 does not come from the officer's pocket, it comes from the taxpayer. Money that should be funding real policing, proper training, and genuine public safety. That's it for today's video. If you found this breakdown useful, please like, comment, and subscribe. It genuinely supports independent coverage. Also, be sure to check out News Now Yorkshire, linked in the description. Show him some support. This has been Rate the Audit. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.